Have you ever felt it? That invisible wall, just beyond your reach, holding you back from the life you dream of? It's not a physical barrier, but a whisper of doubt, a fear of the unknown, a comfortable routine that slowly, silently becomes a trap. For years, I lived behind that wall. My dreams felt like distant stars, beautiful to look at, but impossible to touch. I'd tell myself, one day, soon, when the time is right. But one day never came. The comfort zone, a seemingly safe haven, was actually a cage, slowly shrinking around my potential. I saw others soaring, achieving, living with a vibrancy I craved, and a quiet ache settled in my chest. I knew I had to change, but where do you even begin when the fear of stepping out feels heavier than the regret of staying in? The turning point wasn't a grand leap, but a whisper of a challenge. I started with something ridiculously small, waking up just 15 minutes earlier. Not to conquer the world, but just to sit in silence, to breathe. It felt insignificant, almost silly, but that tiny shift, that single crack in the wall, began to let in a sliver of light. It wasn't about the extra time, it was about proving to myself that I could commit, that I could choose discomfort, even for a moment. This seemingly minor act was my first step in streamlining habits, a foundational move towards reclaiming control. Habit 1. The morning micro win. Instead of hitting snooze, I'd immediately sit up. No phone, no distractions, just a deep breath, a stretch, and a moment of gratitude. This wasn't about productivity. It was about starting the day with a win, however small. It built a quiet confidence, a subtle shift in my internal narrative from I can't to I just did. This micro win that set a positive tone, making the rest of the day feel more manageable. Habit 2, the no power-up. I started saying no to things that drained my energy or didn't align with my goals. Social invitations I dreaded, extra tasks at work that weren't my responsibility, even mindless scrolling. It felt uncomfortable at first, like I was letting people down. But with each no, I felt a surge of reclaimed time and energy. This wasn't selfish. It was self-preservation, creating space for what truly mattered. It was about setting boundaries and prioritizing my own growth. Habit 3. The learning leap. Every day I dedicated 20 minutes to learning something new, completely unrelated to my work. It could be a new language, a historical event, or a complex concept. This wasn't about becoming an expert. It was about expanding my mind, embracing curiosity, and proving that my brain was capable of new challenges. This habit ignited a forgotten spark of creativity and intellectual hunger. Habit 4, the fear-facing 5. This was the toughest. Every day, I'd identify one small thing that made me uncomfortable and do it. It could be making an awkward phone call, asking a stupid question, or trying a new route to work. Just 5 minutes of intentional discomfort. Each time, the fear was bigger in my head than in reality. This habit chipped away at the invisible wall, brick by painful, liberating brick. It was about building courage, one small act at a time. Habit 5, the gratitude grounding. Before bed, I'd list 3 specific things I was genuinely grateful for that day. Not just general thank yous, but concrete moments. The warmth of my coffee, a kind word from a stranger, the feeling of accomplishment after a small task. This shifted my focus from what was missing to what was abundant, cultivating a positive mindset that made the journey feel less daunting. Habit 6, the movement momentum. Even on days I felt exhausted, I committed to 10 minutes of movement. A brisk walk, some stretching, dancing to my favorite song. It wasn't about intense workouts. It was about reminding my body it was capable, releasing stagnant energy, and boosting my mood. This simple act became a powerful tool for mental and physical well-being. Habit 7, the reflection ritual. Once a week, I dedicate 30 minutes to reviewing my progress, acknowledging setbacks without judgment, and planning for the next week. This wasn't about perfection, it was about consistent self-awareness and intentional growth. It allowed me to see how far I'd come, reinforcing the power of these small daily actions. This ritual helped me understand my sources of unhappiness and streamline habits further. These 7 habits, individually small, collectively became a force. The invisible wall didn't crumble overnight, but it dissolved, brick by brick, day by day. I started taking on challenges I once deemed impossible. My career flourished, my relationships deepened, and most importantly, the quiet ache in my chest was replaced by a vibrant sense of purpose. I wasn't just existing, I was living, truly living beyond the confines of my old comfort zone. This isn't a fairy tale, it's the power of consistent, intentional action. It's your turn. You don't need to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Just pick one habit, one tiny step, and commit to it for 7 days. Feel the shift. Experience the momentum. The comfort zone is a choice, but so is the courage to step beyond it. What's one small habit you'll start today to transform your life? Share it in the comments below. Your journey to an extraordinary life begins with a single brave step. Don't just watch, act. Subscribe to Motivational Story Tales for more blueprints to unlock your full potential.